Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're going to talk Justice League Odyssey #1 from DC Comics. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and we're finally going to talk about a book that I read this week and picked up from DC that I really liked and I really enjoyed. It is called Justice League Odyssey #1. Here's the cover on my iPad. It features Darkseid, Starfire, Green Lantern, Jessica Cruz, Cyborg, and who's that gold guy? Who's that? Why, that's Brent's all-time favorite character, Jean-Paul Valley, Azrael, in a Batman-like costume reminiscent of the 90s armored look that Brent fell in love with so much when he was a young boy. So, if you can tell just by that description, this book hits all my buttons. It's a great book. It's written by Josh Williamson, who's doing a bang-up job on The Flash right now. If you've read those last 50 issues or so that I have, you know that he is freaking awesome. And it's drawn by Stjepan Šejić. He is the guy, you might know him from the Witchblade run with Ron Mars. He did a couple issues of Aquaman before leaving that to do Justice League Odyssey. He's an all-digital artist, and he's really talented. I'm going to do an episode on his book Sunstone at a later date. It's a little more mature book, so I got to find some time to really dig in and figure out how I'm going to talk about it. But he's a really talented artist, and when he applies himself, it really turns out really well. But what I like about his art is that it's varied enough panel to panel that you can tell when you get the really lush, detailed panel from him, it's meant for impact, and then when you get the more simplistic, stylized, I would say, or less super detailed, more simpler style, then it's just storytelling. And I think he's really excelled at that, and I think he fleshed that out while he was doing the Sunstone project for Top Cow, for his own stuff. You can go find that on his DeviantArt page. But so this is the first panel that really made me happy. Let's just zoom in on this right here. This is Azrael. This is his new costume. Look at this, guys. Look at this. It's a golden black version almost of the Azbat's costume that I love so much. It's got scallops on the side, which is pretty cool. It's got armor. It's got the big bat across the entire chest that I love so much. I'm gonna go off camera here. I'm just gonna get my favorite action figure. This right here is Azbat's. This is my favorite version of the costume. It's got the bat on the front. The original one did not. It's got these scalloped wings, kind of spiky and stuff. It's got machine gun shuriken batarangs. It's got these weird little things on the bottom. It's all 90s. It's all awesome. I think so anyway. It's pure awesomeness, designed by Joe Quesada. So this is kind of hearkening back to this. And they did an updated version of this in the Detective Comics run that James Tynion was writing when Tim Drake was in the book. For a little while, he stepped out of the updated version of the Azrael suit and into an Azbat suit that was run by Brother Eye. But it looks pretty close to this. It was pretty freaking cool. So that's where we're at with Azrael right now. His origin's been changed, his backstory's there, but he's still Jean-Paul Valley. And in this issue, he's hearing voices. So we don't really know who that is. It might be Saint Dumas. That's kind of who his voice in his head has always been historically, but it turns out it's not. It turns out to be Darkseid. So there's an interesting thing that's going on with this book that these characters turn out to be really important in the new multiverse in this weird sector. Like, they're basically exploring the worlds that Brainiac had collected and kept on his ship and kept on Kolu. And when No Justice happened, they all exploded and emerged in one area. So some of them are kind of like compacted into each other. They're all really, densely packed in this one sector in the universe. And so because of all that weird energy and stuff like that, there's weird things going on there. So the Odyssey is to go explore what's going on there. Cyborg and Starfire are on their way to do that. They encounter Jessica Cruz. Turns out that Azrael is a stowaway. And in this awesome panel, you have Azrael, let's blow this up here, connecting to Brainiac's ship and flying Brainiac's ship better than Cyborg. How awesome is Azrael in this book? that's basically why I wanted to highlight this book. So, Joshua Williamson, thank you for including Azrael in your story. Here's an awesome shot. Look at this guy. Look at him. How cool is that? How cool is that, guys? Jessica Cruz, Cyborg looks cool. This is, I guess, a newer redesign, James Tynan's version of it. Here's Starfire. Let's talk about her for a bit. So Starfire, when she came out in the New 52, had a terrible costume. It showed way more skin than people had really liked, I guess. Or it got criticized for that by a few people. But there wasn't really a lot to like about it. But I really think what he's done for her here in this space outfit, it's a purple leotard. It's reminiscent of her old classic costume. It's got gold accents that kind of matches her skin a little bit, or, you know, highlights the fact that she's orange or gold, whatever it is. She's not an Earthling, she's an alien. And it's got some, you know, some kind of like Man of Steel accents along the hips and stuff right here. I don't know, I think it's cool. It's got thigh-high boots. You can't really see them in that panel. Let's pull them up this way. There you go. I think that's a cool costume for Starfire. I think this is really well done. Really classy, kept the kind of classic look, but still keeps her covered enough that she's not a object of lust the way she was in the New 52 when she first appeared. So, Justice League Odyssey ends with Darkseid in a new redesign. I think that's cool. Go check it out. I really like this book. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, like, comment, rate, subscribe. And let me know what you guys thought of this issue. What do you think about Azrael Azbats down below? Do you love him like I do? Or do you think he's stupid and are you wrong? Let me down below, and I will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.